going to do a custom interfacing on this jacket. Now, if you were just following the pattern, it wouldn't have this in, but I'm going to be using hair canvas and tailoring techniques that I can show you as I'm going along. So here's my original front pattern piece, and I'm going to show you the piece I've cut, which is going to be for the hair canvas. So this is exactly 1/8 of an inch away from the seam lines, all the way around to here at the bottom and above where the hemline is. I've cut it, shaped it 1/8 of an inch around the arm hole and then 3 inches below. Now that's about 7.5 centimeters. I've then shaped it around the bust point here because I have a full bust. If you had a small bust, then you'd shape it to below the bust point, and then I've tailored it back to all the way down here, and that is 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters wider than my front facing piece, which is in the original fabric. Now, along with this hair canvas interfacing, I've also got an extra piece, which is the shoulder piece. This is the shoulder facing. Now, this ensures that you get a really smooth transition from the shoulder to the bust, and it gives you that extra shaping at the top. Now, this again is 1/8 of an inch inside the seam lines, and it's taken to 2/3 of the length of the armhole. Well, obviously this is in 2 pieces here, taken across to the fold line, but you don't cut it onto the fold line. You have it at 1/2 an inch, 1.3, 1.2 centimeters from that fold line, and then shaped up to the shoulder again. Now, this piece is cut on the bias, and I've used my old maths skills from teaching kids for many years, and I've taken the straight grain perpendicular to that at 90 degrees, and then I've used some compasses to put in the bias there. So I will be cutting that on that piece on the bias. This piece is cut on the straight grain, and there it will be added to the front facing, or the front piece I should say, of my jacket. So here is the facing piece that I cut out, and I've actually cut out the hair canvas, so that's underneath here. And what I'm now doing is I've got the fold line here for the lapel, and I've folded this over so that it looks like the lapel, and I'm just transferring a line onto the hair canvas all the way up, as you can see, because that's going to be my guide for all of the stitching that I'm going to do to this particular piece of interfacing, that will help to support that fold and give it a really good shape to the lapel, and lots of strength and resilience to it as well. It'll sit much nicer on the jacket. It won't gape in the way that sometimes you get with an unlined jacket or an uninterfaced jacket. So that's the first thing that I've done. I've also cut out the shoulder piece, as I mentioned before, and as I said, this is cut on the bias. So there it is. So as you can see, it looks different to because this is the straight grain here, and this is on the bias, so you can see that, and that's going to just give it that little bit of extra flexibility and will help to support the shoulder and support that front down towards the bust.